It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
It's the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Justin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And we're off in Detroit. Khalif Raymond to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Goff on 1st and 10. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down throw from Goff. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Defense showing blitz. Goff. Intercepted in the end zone. Denzel Ward makes the play.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
So here come the Browns on offense, readying for their opening drive. And leading them out, going strong well over a decade now after entering the league as a first-rounder out of Delaware, it's Joe Flacco.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They're going play action. He'll get this to Tillman. And he'll get it up to the 44. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that gives the Browns a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll run here on 1st down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Finds a man, Deontay Johnson has it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And that's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pass play on 1st and 10. That one complete to Njoku. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. On 1st down, they'll run. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Connection made to Judy. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. Carlson's kick is good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's Raymond on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's wiped from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? When you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They go play action with Goff. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. From the gun, Goff. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Goff setting to throw. Laporta with the grab. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at 3rd and 6 here. Off play action, Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And they make the tackle at the 38. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage. at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On first down, it's Goff. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Lions take a second quarter lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions take a 4-point lead. Fox now to kick this one away. To return, Jerome Ford. He stopped on the return at the 27. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Another carry for him. This is ahead for about 5. DJ Reed brings him down that time. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackled by Jack Campbell. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. He's dropping back to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's Tillman, he's got it! And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. on first. Catch made left side by Judy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
They'll pass on 3rd and goal. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And the pressure drives them backwards.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Carlson's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Greg Reynolds to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions offense returning to the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff finds Laporta. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With a 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. He finds Laporta. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Goff. Completed over the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 21. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Goff back to throw. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions will add to their lead at the end of the half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions grow their lead to 8. Fox now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. They'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. We've arrived at halftime here in Detroit. The Lions defending their building. They've got the lead at the break. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cleveland offense headed out for this first series of the second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be fiery to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They go play action here. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Going the other way, Lions have it! Well, that didn't take long, Brock. What play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. Now Goff. He's got it on the slant.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Gibbs. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Lions push their lead further to start the half. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions lead by 15 now. Fox now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's going deep. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
2nd and 10 now. That one complete to Njoku. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll throw it. Connects with Johnson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Still sticking with the passing game. He'll get this to Tillman. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Finding Judy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
On 2nd and 5 now. He brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Lone back gets the handoff. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. They don't pick up anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
They're running again. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
It's 3rd and goal, back to throw. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns get it back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's Raymond on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And this one doesn't go far. Give him around 3, but a very big distance to address here on 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 36. Judy there to grab it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on it, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 47. Connection made to Judy. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, looking to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
Pass play on 1st and goal. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Browns shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. David Njoku, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
He's throwing for it! And now down he goes! He's sacked, and they're unable to tie this game! Down 2, they went for the tie right there, partner, but a game defense able to stop them and hang on to this narrow lead.
I don't hate that call, Kate. In fact, this is one of those gray areas. If it's the 4th quarter, that's absolutely the right decision. 3rd quarter, as I said, kind of a gray area where maybe you're chasing points. Either way, you're behind, and your defense now has to rise to the occasion.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Here's Raymond on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Goff setting to throw. Able to find Wright. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain from the secondary. Grant Delpit on the tackle. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action with Goff. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Motioning one of the tight ends. Goff now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Goff on 1st and 10. Has the connection to Wright. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. They motion the tight end over. Throwing again, it's Goff. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
First down throw from Goff. Laporta with the grab. And they bring him down around the 34. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end in motion left. They're going play action. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The Browns getting their offense out there. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's brought down after getting this up across the 15. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, half the hay is in the barn when you get 5 on 1st down. And now they're in such a good spot where you can attack those other 5 yards in any way you want.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. He'll throw it. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw it. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
You're set up at the 35 now. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Finding Judy. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd down now, 7 to go. from the 38. Dump off caught by his back.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time, and the Lions will go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. A tight end in motion now. On 1st down, it's gone. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Browns pick it up! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's not going to get anything, as that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Cut near the goal line. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Throwing ground on 1st and goal. Is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns jump in front now by 5. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's Raymond on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. This is complete to Patrick. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Setting up to pass. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. It's taken in by Williams. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. New set of downs for him from the 46. He'll look to throw it. Patrick with the catch. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This is complete to Gibbs. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's 1st down. From the red zone now. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. So pass interference on the shot to the end zone, and now they're going to be set up on the goal line with a great chance to get the touchdown anyway. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Now Goff. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
One of the tight ends motioning left. Off play action, Goff. Oh, he lost the football! And they jump on top of it. Ooh, a clutch recovery to clean up the mistake this late in the game. Well, the decision's pretty clear here, partner. You got to take the shot at going up by a field goal.
Yep, all about the odds here. Increasing the odds that you're either leading or tied if you get the ball back.
And either way, you're prepping your defense to cling to a very small lead.
Either way, that defense is clinging for this situation to go out and show out.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. He reaches the sideline. Clock stops, but the defense holds him to a gain of maybe 6 or 7. A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. 3rd down coming. Throwing now. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. This one intended for the running back. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Pass complete. Screenplay. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. And they get the stop. This is going to be a turnover on down. So now their opponent's final chance coming up.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts. All right, got a timeout here. Just 8 seconds remaining in our ball game. Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. This will be a nice win for the Lions, who draw closer to it as they take a knee. So here's their 3rd and final timeout. 7 seconds left in this game. Now for one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. This is why it's called a victory formation. He takes a knee and the seconds tick away towards a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.